In this video, we will learn how to draw selection slots, and we can find this command below rectangle command. If I click on this arrow, we will find four type of slots: straight slot, center point straight slot, 3-point arc, and center point arc slots. So I will select sketch. We have to select a reference plane. I will select suppose front plane, and then I will select the slot command. Select this straight slot, and we can see in this preview of the all four type of slots, first point specify the center of this arc on the left direction, and second point is on this right, and third point is end point. So we have to select first point. I will select this is my first point, then take the cursor on rightward direction, and this line we can see is a center line, okay, because this is a reference line as we know. Then we have to specify a second point, and then the third point or the third value is this end point of this arc. This is the end point. And in selection slots there are two types of dimension. We can see here center to center dimension. This is a center to center dimension. Second type of dimension is overall length. If I select this overall length, it will select the length from this end point of this arc to this end point arc. Or we can uncheck this add dimensions. Let me select this center to center point. Now we can change the value of the dimensions. Suppose I double click on this dimension, add the value. Suppose this is 50, and then once again double click on this. Suppose this value is 100. This way we can modify the dimensions and click OK. Another type of slot we have is center point. So I select the center point and zoom in here. Okay, in this the first point will be center of this slot, then second point will be center of this arc, like this. So I will select this first point, then the second point, and the third point. Drag the cursor somewhere outward. This way we will draw the center point. The advantage of the center point is that it is symmetric in both the direction. And in the similar way we can add the dimensions. Third type of slot is 3-point arc slot. Click on this, and we have to select first point, then second point, then the radius of this arc, and then this width of this slot. So here are three dimensions. There is value of this arc, there is width of this, and there is length of this arc. And similarly we can draw fourth type of slot. Click OK. Another type of slot we have is the ellipse. So I will drag this cursor, and we can find this ellipse command here. Here we have some type of ellipse: partial ellipse, parabola, and conic. I select this ellipse. So in ellipse we have to specify first reference point. So this is the first point, and this is the second point, and then we have to specify the third point somewhere outside, like this. So in ellipse there are two major dimensions. There is major axis and there is minor axis, and these two dimensions. Suppose I make this value major dimension is 150 and minor dimension is 75, and that is the ellipse we have, and click OK. Another type of ellipse is partial ellipse. In partial ellipse we will create the ellipse of some partial arcs. Okay, we will take only some part of the ellipse. I will select partial ellipse. Then we have to define the dimension of this ellipse. Okay, I take it here. This is the first point, then second point, then the third point, and till now we have drawn the basic type of ellipse. Now we have to define the arc of this ellipse. We have specified the first point of this ellipse, and then this is the second arc of this ellipse. Suppose I place it here, and this way we have specified the ellipse as a partial ellipse, and click OK. This way we draw the slots.